Three, two, one. How's it, Oaks? Welcome back to the Straight Line Podcast. My name is Jeremy Maartens, and today the topic of discussion is criterium racing, what's happening in and around South Africa. I think for the first time in my living memory, there's quite a bit happening. And then last topic I'll discuss at the end of this chat is this coming weekend, Bikecraft Performance Coaching Club is going to be running a hill climb time trial in Meadowdale in Germiston. I'll touch on those details a little bit later. First up, criterium racing. I'm sure most of you have picked up by now that I am very pro criterium and or circuit type racing. I say that all the time. I know South African road cycling is not in a great state. When I say road cycling, with correction, I mean road racing. 100k fun rides, not going to cut it. Mass participation events always have and always will form a significant part of the South African road racing scene, but it doesn't do any good for our racing side of it. So I think the next best option, or the best option for that, is criterium style racing, circuit style racing. Now, most of you guys will know that over the last couple of years, I've been running Eastside Crits up here in Johannesburg. I started off a couple of years ago at Boksburg Stadium, and then we've shifted across now to Lordsview Industrial Park, and that seems to have grown nicely. It's number one, safe place, big wide open roads, circuit, not super technical, very fast, very flowing, very conducive for good bike racing. We had an event last weekend. Great turnout. The A category, I think, was like 50 odd riders. All the big hitters were there. And for me, that showed a lot. It showed that the guys want to race. We've got a guy like Reinout Janssen van Rensburg, ex-Tour de France rider, ex-World Tour rider, multiple South African champion. He's currently riding for China Glory with Willie Smith. He's based in South Africa. And he made his way to come race a small criterium. So anybody who's been in bike racing long enough will understand that if a rider of that caliber sees that there's a crit on, he comes to it, that says a hell of a lot about the importance of that type of racing. He won that race quite convincingly on Sunday. He took the first sprint. Second sprint, he was not in it, but then the last sprint, he won quite easily. Hands down, the strongest guy on the day. But while all of this was happening on Sunday, there was something very lacquer happening down in Durban. Now, I spoke to Sean a bit earlier this afternoon. They're running something down there, the Kings and Queens. The series is called the Kings and Queens of Crit. He said he's got 18 events planned this year, which I think is fantastic. The road racing scene down in KZN is not looking fantastic. There's not a hell of a lot to choose from or much to do. Mountain biking, there's always a bit of mountain biking there, but roadside, it's not great. And I'm glad that he, an ex-bike rider, we actually grew up racing together. He understands the importance of this type of racing, also race nationally, race internationally. And he's got a very similar approach to what I have, in the sense that we need to promote the sport of bike racing. And he's got a good thing going down there in KZN. He's got all of his processes in place. He's got an event happening. The next event is the Sunday, the 10th of March. And I've been sharing stuff on Facebook that's coming through. If you are in the KZN area, go down, either pin a number on, go support the race. Let's, us as a cycling community, help grow the sport of bicycle racing. Said it earlier, mass participation events are fantastic. It's going to have a significant part of South African cycling. But for the racing part, there is more that needs to be done. And there's a couple of us on the ground trying to get things going. CSA is also trying to do the best that they can. It's up to us as the bike racing community to support and create and look after our own sport. Because if we don't do it, our sport's not going to have too much to show from in the coming years. Like a thing that made me happy on Sunday was the amount of youngsters that were at the race. That was very, very cool to see. The under 15 boys that had a close race all the way through. There was 4 of them, came down to a bunch sprint, very tight sprint. But man, that was so lucky to see a bunch of kids racing hard, going at each other. That for me was the best part of the day. Then, this coming Sunday in Cape Town, the City Cycling and Athletic Club. Coincidentally, that was the first club that I joined and I registered with when I was a lightie. 94, I joined the club. Still got the jerseys in my garage at home. They are running a criterium on Sunday the 3rd of March. Century City, they're having a big sports day, and City Cycling and Athletic Club, they're going to be the hosting club for it, and Myriad Events, they're going to be running the event. I've had a look at the information on the page. It looks like they've got quite a big spread from the youngsters all the way up until the older guys. Same thing. If you are in Cape Town, get down to Century City this week or this Sunday, pin a number on, or come support the race. I mean, I think this is fantastic. In criterium racing going all over the country, this is exactly what we need. Then, on this coming Sunday, the 3rd of February, we at Bikecraft Club, we're going to try to initiate something here. I mean, when I was a lightie riding for City Cycling and Athletic Club, I remember the clubs, we would have club time trials, we'd have club hill climb time trials. And, you know, I've seen a couple of clubs up here in Joburg that they've been running time trials, which is fantastic. Albion Wheelers, Mike and his crew, they run a fantastic series in the middle of the year. I think it's over 6 events over a couple of weekends. Gives all your time trial specific guys something to aim towards and work towards. And that is another one of the things that we as a bike racing community need more of. I actually spoke to Mike on Monday, had a few questions about some of the things that he's had to get organized to get the event underway and running smoothly and nicely. So what we at the club are going to do this coming Sunday, we're going to be running a hill climb time trial. It is in Meadowdale in Germiston, if you're not too familiar with the area. It forms part of the greater East Rand of Johannesburg. I've been chatting to some of the guys out in the West Rand, the North Rand, the South Rand, Pretoria, trying to get the clubs to start something like this. You know, this is just to promote the sport of bike racing and show that it's not all just a 100K fun ride, and that's what everybody thinks a race is. It's not. There's criterium racing, there's time trial racing, there's hill climb time trials, there's team time trials. And I implore all clubs to get involved and cater for the bike racing guys. You'll be surprised. I think the bike racing community, the guys want something like this, and it will be a well-supported event, initiative, however you want to term it. This Sunday, the course is 1.85 Ks. For those of you that live in the East Rand or are familiar with the area, on Strava, or the Strava segment is called Value Logistics. The climb is 1.85 K long. Relatively slight drag to the first 500 meters, then the road turns left and it kicks up. Then for about 600-700 meters, it's quite steep. I'm going to say some sections 11 to 12%. It kind of levels out halfway through. Then there's a long drag all the way up to the finish. We used to train many years ago. We used to train in the mornings, get our hill climb efforts up down there. So Sunday morning in industrial area, nice and quiet. There's one left-hand turn. From a logistical point of view, there's not too many. There's no intersections. I think it'll be a good place to run a club event. So, Bikecraft Performance Coaching Club. It is an open event, meaning that all club members are allowed to participate. All non-member clubs are allowed to participate. There is no entry fee. Timing will be done on Strava. We've had a very cool thing happen the last week. We've had a sponsor who stepped in to sponsor the club for these types of events. And the good people at Friction Works, Rian and Sean, they have their company, Friction Works. They deal with chain waxing and drivetrain cleaning. So that they've stepped in and they've made these prizes available. First prize, 11 or 12 speed bike chain included in this with SLA enhancement, comprehensive race optimization for your bike with Friction Works, 1 masterclass in wax chain performance and how wax saves your money whilst gaining power through your low friction in your drivetrain. Another prize they made available, 1 pre-race optimized 11 or 12 speed bike chain lightweight with SLA enhancement. And another prize, 1 by 11 or 12 speed bike chain, lightweight with SLA enhancement. So they've really helped us. All the guys that attend the race on this coming Sunday, you stand a chance to win one of these prizes. Thank you very much to Sean and Rian. Yeah, I look forward to seeing all of you guys. If you want to come on Sunday morning, guys, please, can you get hold of me via WhatsApp? I need to organize a time trial start list. So riders are going to start proper time trial. Rider will ride by himself. Riders will start 1 minute apart. So it's going to be run in the proper time trial format. Once you get to the top, log your Strava segment, come back down to the bottom. Once we have completed all the riders, we'll have a little bit of a get together there, and then we will check who did what. But yeah, thanks for listening, and thanks for all of our sponsors getting involved at Eastside Crits. Cycle Lab did a fantastic job. 32 GI plus aero wheels. Friction Works for sponsoring the club for this event. Thanks to everybody who are helping to try and promote and kickstart the culture of bike racing. And again, thank you very much. Anyway, guys, I'll see you on the next episode. Ciao.